on. We're almost ready. 25 seconds. Okay, at the countdown, when we get to 10, I want to hear everybody count us down.
You're great, Coby.
Okay, you guys ready? 10, 9,
9,
8,
7,
6,
6,
5,
3,
4,
2,
1.
1.
God.
We tried.
That countdown was kind of, hey. Hey, well, look, first of all, good afternoon, everyone. I hope you all can hear me. For those of you who are still joining, I hope we've got everybody on. It's important that your video's on today. Team building day. No project, no core four, none of that. It's all about fun today. And I just can't tell you how much I appreciate each and every one of you. You are valued, you're appreciated, and today we're going to have a little fun. I hope you enjoy it, and hopefully at the end we'll be able to just have some general conversation. So I'm going to turn this over to Peggy and get rocking and rolling.
Thank you, Sean. Hey, happy Monday, everybody. Happy July. I can't believe it's already July. We've been a long time without seeing each other, so it's so great to see people's cameras on. And I just have to say thank you, Sean, and the executive team. This is something very special for y'all today. I hope you enjoyed your DoorDash. Thank you to Yuko, who made sure that we all got fed. And so thank you for that. This is going to be a magical event. What's so special about today is you're going to get your mind blown away. But for the first 45 minutes, we're going to have a great magician who's going to show us some incredible things. And then the last 15 minutes, we get a unique opportunity to talk to him about anything related to magic or mind reading or illusionist, anything like that. So save your questions to the end. Please participate in that. And then after that, we can talk as a group about how our minds were blown. So let me just introduce our magician today. His name is Coby. He's widely regarded by many as the James Bond of mind reading. He's been featured in dozens of television appearances, including performance on CHCH, Fox News, and CBS. He performs over 500 magic shows per year. He's had the privilege of performing before many heads of state, including former Canadian Prime Minister Harper, and celebrities such as Samuel L. Jackson, Charlize Theron, Mark Wahlberg, and David Copperfield. And now he'll be able to add social innovation to that list as well. He's created magic for TV shows such as America's Got Talent and Penn and Teller. Coby has also won the Canadian Magician of the Year award. Needless to say, he's going to be a very special guest. So without further ado, please help me welcome our entertainment, Coby the Magician.
So I give you my word, everybody. I give you my word. I am alone in studio. I'm alone in studio. I've got no secret elves here. I got nobody helping me in person or remotely. I'm doing the sound. I'm doing the lighting. I'm doing the tech. I'm doing the magic myself. And the only thing that's not 100% is the background. It's not a real brick wall. It's just a canvas, but it's against the real wall. Okay. But other than that, I am alone. So thanks for the compliment, JW.
Got a question. Thank you, Coby. That was amazing. Who's your favorite magician, and what was it about him or her that you really liked?
Great question. Thank you. There are a lot of great talented performers and magicians and illusionists. By far, my inspiration was David Copperfield. Growing up, watching his yearly TV specials. And over the years, I got to develop a great friendship with David. And we got to collaborate on ideas and share ideas. And he's invited me to his secret museum and magic. And, it's definitely, such an inspiration, you know, his hard working ethics and just the creativity, you know, and just thinking really clever and outside the box. So definitely would be from a magic perspective. And then I've got a lot of inspirations outside of magic, you know, a lot of people, like Steve Jobs, what he did, or like what Elon Musk is doing right now in the world, you know, it's like really taking Mother Nature and putting it on its side, which is, you know, what magic's all about. So uh, inspirations come from all over.
Do you
Can you
mentor
share any
any kids
secrets? Oh,
today?
go ahead, Erica. Go
Oh,
ahead.
I'm sorry.
No, no, go ahead.
I was just gonna ask, do you mentor any youth that want to be just like you when they grow up?
Well, thank you. I mean, I have a pretty intense schedule, even with the virtual. I'm doing 5 or 6 of these every single day. But
Wow.
you know, it is a blessing for me to perform in my slippers around the world. It's great, and I do love it. Um, it's time. It's all about time and finding that balance. Um, I do have a program in the summer that I used to run for many years, which was workshops in local camps here in the area where we would teach them, you know, 1 or 2 new magic tricks every week at the camp. And then at the end, I would get all the campers to do a really cool show for the parents, which was neat, which is a nice program. We did kind of teaching kids how to, you know, bring out their creativity. Um, so that's kind
Oh,
of the
cool.
Of what you shared with us today, which one was your favorite?
Oh, wow. Colleen, by far, I would say, in terms of what, but not to get too technical, the lottery is very dear to my heart. Um, this, by the way, is a real ticket. This is a real legit ticket, by the way. Okay, and this is the only trick in the show, the only illusion in the show that actually was brought right over from my live in-person show. Everything else has been produced just for Zoom. Like, you remember that thing with the pool balls touch the screen? You know, that's new stuff. That's stuff that has never been done before. You know, like the inspiration for that came from the back of a cereal box from the early 1980s. You know, by the way, for the young guys here, I'm dating myself here. Back in the day when we used to eat cereal, we would kind of entertain ourselves by looking at the puzzles on the back of the box before the electronics. And this concept of, you know, moving around was on the back of a cereal box, and they would have like a new trick or a new puzzle every week, kind of encouraging, you know, the moms to buy the cereal. And that, you know, was an old idea that we just took it and made it virtual. And you know, we've tested this, and 98% success rate, you know, and watching all the gallery view of everyone, you know, that's new stuff. The lottery came from the live show, and the inspiration came from my audience. At the end of every single show, people would say, "Hey, Coby, if you're a real magician, if you're a real mind reader, give me the winning lottery numbers." And I would laugh it off, and I would, you know, ha ha ha, and everyone would make the same cheesy joke. And then after a while, it really dawned on me. I'm like, they're right. The audience is really right. I mean, if you let's call a spade here. If you really had mind reading abilities, why not use it to win the lottery? Come on, let's get real here, right? So that was kind of the emotional hook that I knew everyone can relate to. So it took about a year to design the trick. It's pretty good off the bat. It's pretty good. I'm not a good creator of magic. I'm a poor creator of magic, but I'm good at taking someone else's idea that I'll purchase the rights for to perform, or I'll get permission, and making it better. Right? I'm good at taking someone and just adding layers to it and making it better. Sometimes I'll take an idea after, you know, a year of putting it through the process, and I'll show it to the original creator, and they won't even recognize that it was their own creation, you know, because we've modified it. So we prepared the trick. It was pretty good, and I didn't do it. I didn't do it for like 9 months because it was great, but I didn't do it to anybody because I didn't have the right music. It was missing. It was missing something, and sometimes I'll listen to a movie and look at the movie soundtrack, and connect, okay, that plays good for that, and then once we had the right music, it was great. It was awesome from the very beginning. So that's a little bit about the creative process, and how it can move over to, and this plays good on Zoom, because in my live in-person show, I would have to have a big screen with a camera, with a GoPro, and have to show it so everybody can really have that visual, right? But with a Zoom show, it's great because I can just hold it up to the camera and everybody can see it, right? There we go, right? So there were a couple benefits about doing this here. I love the comments here. This is loco, Michael.
Hey, Coby, just a very simple question for me. On the pool ball trick, did everyone's finger land on the same ball?
Yellow.
Yellow one?
Yeah.
And everyone started at a different location. Really, free choice.
Coby, I have a question. This is JW. If it take a year to do that lottery ticket, how long did it take you to pivot to have a whole Zoom show tricks you haven't done before?
Oh, great question. Great question. The magic came pretty naturally. The magic was pretty easy. What was really hard for me, and for the vast majority of magicians that have gone virtual, was the technical side of things, right? A year and a half ago, I didn't know what Zoom was. I really, so I got some training from like the best of the best. I just paid them and I said, teach me everything I need to know about Zoom and Teams and all the different platforms. And I decided to go with Zoom just because it gives me more options for cameras, just from a convenience side. And I decided very quickly that I'm going to have to learn how to do it myself, because I couldn't be relying on other people with the volume of shows. And then once I did, my first 50 shows, I did my first 25 shows for previous clients for free. This was like in the midst of the pandemic in March. This was in April. And I did it for free in return for a survey on feedback. I'd get their feedback. And, they like this, they didn't like this, kind of. And I kind of had a direction. I have a very creative team, and we kind of then produced the show. And we added layers and layers and layers. And I'm recording the show, but we don't post this anywhere. Don't worry, okay? This is just, for quality control. Like if I want to personally just review a move that I did or something that was off, or music, or, I can really review that. And that's the beauty about Zoom shows. I can really refine it and make it better and better and better. So to answer your question, JW, the transition was pretty quick, but it was, we call it glorious torture. Because, like I've done shows in the beginning where my music audio wasn't plugged in the entire time, and I'm doing all these things and going with the music, and everyone's going with the flow. Nobody told me anything until the end of the show, and I realized it was unplugged. So we learn from, and then we checklists and everything, but it was pretty quick. We had to get pretty quick to really adapt, and I feel very comfortable with it now, and I really enjoy it. I really do.
I've got a question, Coby. I thought your idea for the anti-bullying magic show sounded really cool. So I'm wondering if there's if you have any other shows that have sort of a story or a meaning behind it or a cause.
Yeah, the bullying awareness show is something that's very dear to my heart. It's the only themed show that I do. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. And really every day I come into a new gym, 500 screaming kids, 3-4 times a day. I got 2 assistants set up beautiful backdrops and lighting and sound. It's kind of like a mini Vegas theater that we kind of take around to all the schools here locally. and talk about we do magic for the first 10 minutes, hook them, you know, we wow the teachers too. And when the kids see the teachers, you know, wowed, and then I go into my storyline getting bullied as a child and using magic to overcome, which is true to an extent. Really connecting with the kids, and then I can kind of really hit them hard with the bullying awareness message, identifying what bullying is, what it's not, combat strategies, and all that. And it's been great. Been doing it for about 7 or 8 years now, and from a performance perspective, it gives me a lot of flexibility to practice new material as well that goes into my corporate shows too. So it's been great. It's been awesome.
Coby, who's a better audience, the school children or adults?
It's different. It's different. It's really different. I mean, the school shows are different because they're, from the virtual perspective, they're all muted because we want to, you know, any of the wise asses in the audience who want to, so they can't even unmute unless I, you know, here the corporate's different, but they're great. They're awesome. It's a lot of fun. It's hopefully if I can connect with at least one child, you know, in the show, even one, I think it's mission accomplished, you know. So.
Coby, do people ever ask you the secrets behind some of your tricks?
A lot of glorious torture and hard work, Peggy. Really, it's you know, you do things. You know, you guys, when you showed the books, all the books, I saw a lot of self-improvement books, which is great. And it's, I don't know if you've all heard about the 10,000 hour rule. If you do something 10,000 times, it kind of then only starts getting into your muscle memory. So really just messing up and learning from mistakes. Someone said once, you're only as good as you dare to be bad. I mean, think about that for a second. You're only as good as you dare to be bad. So you got to dare to be bad sometimes and make mistakes and learn from them. You know, I got plan Bs for everything. Everything's got plan Bs. I've got, you know, we've got you covered. You know, like for example, and sometimes the plan B that I'll do, the response will be better than the plan A. And so then the plan B will become the plan A. I mean, I've done everything from addressing the wrong company name. You know, I make little cheat sheets, right? So I got like little cheat sheets here. So I, you know, so I don't, because come on, it happens where you know, like the Rolling Stones had like on the floor on a cheat sheet what city they're in. You know, they don't address the wrong city by accident. It's what it's like now when you're doing like so many shows, really. So, you know, it's really making sure. Sometimes I'll call someone up and they'll share the stage, the split screen with me, the virtual stage, and their audio won't work. Technology, it happens. And I don't want to make them feel bad. Okay, it's not their fault. Technology, you know, I still want to. If they're sharing the spotlight, I want to do something with them, make them like the hero. So I came up with a, you know, 60-second, you know, cool trick that I could do to pantomime with no audio, right? So if that ever happens, which does happen, it happens, I can just go to plan B and just do that, make them like the hero, and then make it like it's part of the show, which is, you know, it's great. Always have a plan B.
Good advice.
How are we doing on time, Peggy?
Tell me, Coby, how much time do we have left for questions? Take one more.
We're good. If you want to do one or two more, my
Go
pleasure.
ahead.
Yeah.
Okay, let's give him a good hard one. I don't know if you can read these comments, Coby, but everyone is insistent that you have assistants.
I give you my word, I do not. I'm alone here in studio. I really am. I'm alone.
Coby, this is Robin. I have a question. Do you make your significant other crazy by always knowing what they're thinking?
Touche. I only use my powers for the good, right? Important that we always think positive thoughts because you never know what might be
That's
thinking.
true.
Yeah. When I leave the studio, I go home and which is across the street for me, fortunately. So I just hop across the street and we do normal things. Kind of 15, 16 hours a day sometimes with shows and the lights on your face sometimes. It's good to just keep it real sometimes, watch a movie, have a nice dinner and kind of get back to normal, which is, it's been a long time. It's been here where I'm located in Toronto, we're kind of behind the 8 ball. We're about 3-4 months behind you American folks. So, we're just starting to get back to normal now with the whole COVID situation. So it's great to go to a restaurant right now without a mask, and sit on a patio. That's stuff I look forward to.
Coby,
Right.
this is
One last one here. Go ahead, Carmen. Our
Hey,
last one
Coby.
here.
This is Carmen, and I wanted to know, you just mentioned you kind of turn off magic and you need a minute to just be normal. But what do you think about like street magic, like David Blaine? Like he blows my mind doing tattoos. So is it really all illusion? Is it really some of it intuitive, depending on the person that you're working with?
Great question, Carmen. David Blaine is a very, very talented magician, performer, and we've also crossed paths and collaborated and shared ideas. I could tell you that David did something very smart. He got it right, and very simple. In the 90s, early 2000s, late 90s, he was doing what we were all doing, the cool card tricks and the good quality stuff. He was doing it as well. Very good. But he did one small change which skyrocketed his career. What he did is he moved the camera from the deck of cards, from the wow moment, to the audience reactions, to the WTF moment. And he got them to move the camera, like over the shoulder shot, to the people like, wow, oh my God, and that really is what really took off. And that was a brilliant, genius move to do. I mean, it's nice to, make the Rubik's Cubes match and to have the card selected and revealed in a cool way. But, you want to get that reaction. That's like really what sells it, because you can't fake that. Even paid actors, I don't care how many Oscars you've won, you can't fake that sincere, WTF moment. And that's what he capitalized on. That's why, it's kind of blended into what I do now with the split screens now. Like I'm always doing the split screen because I want that reaction to sell what we're doing, because I don't want people talking after and saying, he set it up, they've spoken before the show, and I want it to be really genuine and keep it real. So I think that's what really was a genius move by David Blaine to really, and he was the one that pioneered that.
Okay, well, we have one. I don't know if you can answer this, but you did. Let's see. She seriously wants to know how you knew what time she was born.
There you go. So that was something about, doing something, just to show you the thought that goes into it. Before the show, when people, are attending a virtual magic and mind reading show right now, people really don't know what to expect. Let's be real. Some people, are like, okay, another one of these events, or, rightfully so. And some people are really excited. Great. But most of us really don't know. Most of us haven't attended, I think a decent mind reading virtual show. It's a new genre of magic, so people don't know what to expect. So in the first 5 minutes, my goal was, number one, to kind of be the friendly face, make sure that they know I'm not going to embarrass anyone, so I can encourage them to turn on their cameras, right? which you guys did a great job, by the way. But sometimes you'll have half cameras off, half on, half off. And, you know, I just want to let them know we're not embarrassing anyone, even if we pull you up. So, and then do something really quick and direct that there's no way I could have Googled or stalked or found out. And that was, you know, something personal, like a time of day that someone was born. So that was the inspiration for that. And just reveal, how many people remember The Price is Right, Bob Barker, right? I don't know what it is, but maybe it's that feeling, you know, he might choose me, you know, I gotta be on the alert. I gotta be on standby in a good way. You know, he might choose me. So that's what I wanted to kind of portray. So I want to do something direct, because attention spans, you know, like if I'm going to do a long and drawn out sequence, I want to get established, you know, hey, we're going to do this. It's going to be really cool. It's going to be fun. And do something really like impossible. Hopefully I can use that word. You know, there's no way I could have known. So there you go.
Very good.
There you go. Well,
I would like to just say, would everybody please unmute so that we can give Coby one big round of applause for his time and for his great show.
Great job.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you.
Amazing. Coby,
Yes.
you rock, man. That was awesome.
That's great. Fantastic.
stay safe,
Thank
everyone.
you. Thank you very much for everything you did, Coby. And to the team, thank you for everything you do. You perform magic all day long. So thank you. And Sean, thank you for sponsoring this.
Yes.
Thank
And
you.
hope
You
to
guys
see
have a
you.
great rest of the day. Peggy, thanks for making this happen.
you,
Appreciate
Coby.
y'all.
Good
Thanks,
job.
everybody. Take
everyone.
care.
Thank
Thank you.
Take care.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
everyone.
Nice to see
Bye.
your faces.
Thank you.